What up, though? I am Fontaine the Titan, and we about to raise some vibrations today. We about to get into 5 ways to increase inner peace, right? All right, so let's get into this thing because, first of all, y'all might be looking at me like, what do this guy know about inner peace? You know, if y'all know me, folks that know me well be like, man, that dude is not peaceful at all. Well, you know, you learn, you grow, and you start to figure things out. And, you know, as you evolve out here, you know, the goal is to be peaceful. You know, it's a whole bunch of turmoil out here in this world. It's a lot going on, personal issues and everything, and so we're trying to raise above all of that. We're trying to raise above all of the turmoil and chaos and all of that stuff that's going on. So, you know, let's get into this first way to increase inner peace, which is to forgive yourself, right? And you might be thinking like, what do you mean forgive yourself? Keep in mind all the things that you have going on in your mind about past stuff that you've done that you just won't let go. You got to let it go. I think you better let it go. You know, like Teddy Pendergrass say, right? I think you better let it go. Well, y'all know I can't sing, but whatever. You got to let it go. You know, all of that. I wish I would have did this and I wish I would have did that. And what is that going to do? The moment that you have, the only moment that you have is right now. This moment right now. Be in peace in this moment right now. Let all that other stuff go, because all of that's doing is holding you back from being peaceful at this very moment, you know? So when it comes to forgiving yourself, you got to understand that some things you probably did some stuff that is horrendous, or you might think is atrocious out here, you know, and you might have stabbed somebody, killed somebody. You know what? It happened. And I ain't saying that it's whether good or bad or indifferent, but at the end of the day, you have to forgive yourself. Because if you keep that anger, guilt, sorrow, or, you know, jealousy, or whatever emotions that you're harnessing against yourself, that's going to hold you back from peace every single time. Never fails. You got to learn to let that stuff go. And I'm telling you from experience, because I learned to let that stuff go. I just let it go. Like Teddy Pendergrass, I think you better let it go. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So yeah, that's the first thing you got to do. You got to forgive yourself. That's the first number one way to start getting your inner peace going on, you know, because it starts from within. And number 2 way is to forgive others, right? Same concept. I think you better let it go. Y'all think I'm playing out here. Y'all got to let it go. You got to forgive others, right? And what I mean by forgiving others is I know that it's people out here that probably did some repugnant things to you. Just disgusting things to you in your life. Your mama, your daddy, you might have an R. Kelly type of uncle, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And, you know, it's a difference when you're telling somebody, all right, you know, you owe somebody owe you $20 and you're like, all right, I ain't just dealing with them. Well, that's some easy stuff to forgive. You get them on out of there, you know, forget that 20, I'm keeping it moving. But, you know, some things are a little bit more difficult to forgive out here, which I do understand, you know. So, but you gotta get past it. I ain't saying you gotta forget about it. I'm saying you gotta let go of those emotions that come attached to that person, because at the end of the day, it's on you to rise above that. They not thinking about you. Whatever it is that they did to you, you got to understand. If they moving on or they not concerned about it, why should you be? Right? So you got to get above that. You got to understand that, hey, we all are humans out here. Humans are going to make mistakes, you know. You made mistakes in your life. Forgive yourself for that. And then you got to forgive other people, regardless of how bad it might seem or how difficult it could become. And you know, I'm not saying it's easy, but, you know, get you some counseling, whatever it is that you need to do to find a way to forgive other people, you know, because holding on to that, all it does is just builds negative emotions. You're holding on to those negative emotions. How can you be at peace if you're constantly in a negative vibration, right? So we're trying to get above these negative vibrations, these negative emotions, these lower level vibrations that have you feeling that way. You know, you see somebody and you just get that feeling on the inside. Why are you getting that feeling? Be happy for people. Let them move on, you know? So, you know, forgiveness is the key, number one, and number two things that you have to do. You got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive others. You know, if that's the second thing. If you don't do that, you're going to be in turmoil within the entire time. So let's start with those. Those are the two main things that I've learned help me out. And I'm not giving you guys any information that's not helping me, right? The third way to increase your inner peace is to revamp your schedule. Revamp your schedule. Trust me. A lot of times we out here and we running around for our jobs. We running around for our kids. We running around for mama. We running around for daddy. And you're running and running and running and running and running. And you don't have any time for yourself, right? How can you be at peace when you're always on the run? Always moving around? Sit down somewhere. Like your mama used to tell you back in the day. Boy, if you don't get somewhere and sit down. Yep, exactly. Learn how to do that as an adult. Get somewhere and sit down. Because at the end of the day, all that running around is causing more and more chaos and turmoil. Now, I'm not saying stop picking your kids up from football practice and cheerleading practice or whatever it is you got to do. I'm not saying stop going to work, you know, but a lot of times we get unfocused on taking care of ourselves because we work in 50, 60, 70 hours at a job. You know, sometimes you got to be like, you know what? It ain't all about the money sometimes. Money imaginary anyway. Raise your vibration into a higher level of prosperity and abundance. The money is going to come. But, you know, your inner peace is more important. What you going to do with all that money if you in a rush and you get into a car accident and die? Make sense? Right. Slow down. And so, you know, to revamp your schedule, you know, one of the things I did was just start getting up a little bit earlier. You'll be surprised what an extra 15, 20 minutes do in your life, just waking up a little bit earlier, getting your day started a little bit earlier. Now, you dipping through traffic, you know, it ain't that traffic jam that usually you get caught in, right? You know, little stuff like that. Now you at work a little bit more relaxed, or wherever it is, you're a little bit more relaxed. Just little stuff, you know, prepare your dinner, you know, for the week instead of trying to cook every single day. Get you some of your own time back so you can sit back and be peaceful. Because if you're not going to be able to be peaceful, if you're not making time for yourself, right? So, you know, that's the third way to increase your inner peace. Now, the fourth way, this is really, really powerful. This is what I've been doing past year or so, and this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal for you. I'm telling you. Get you a mantra. Get you some positive things to say for yourself, about yourself, all day, every day, to combat those negative thoughts that you have, right? Because, you know, what you got to understand is we have so many thoughts that go through our mind all day, and we're not even conscious of whether they're high level or lower vibrational thoughts, right? Whether they're putting you in a sad mood or angry mood or whatever. You just got all of these thoughts. You're mad at your baby daddy or your baby mama, and you're wondering what they got going on, and you're wondering what the people at the job saying, and is you gonna be able to get on the schedule for next week or whatever. All of those little thoughts that you got going on in your head. Get you something to combat them, which is a nice mantra. What I say to myself, I say, I'm successful, I'm peaceful, I'm prosperous, I'm healthy. I'm successful, I'm peaceful, I'm prosperous, I'm healthy. I keep that going on in my head all day, every day. I say it 1,000 times a day if I got to. So now what happens is you are constantly in a level of raising yourself up. So when negative stuff comes at you, now you're in a position that you have something to combat that with. You know, like back in the day, they used to tell you if you get into getting angry or whatever, walk away, take 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's whatever. That's kind of what I'm talking about here. But this is the next level. Reinforce yourself with positive vibrations all day long. And you raise yourself all day, every day. And you will see on the inside how you will feel. Just something real simple of just saying, like I said, I'm successful, I'm peaceful, I'm prosperous, I'm healthy. Keeping that going on has gotten me to a whole nother level of peace that you know, that you guys can achieve for yourselves. And I'm just saying, this is the stuff that I do that works for me. If it didn't work for me, I wouldn't even tell you about it. And number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. The fifth way to increase your inner peace is to meditate. Because I gave you the first 4, right, to build you up to the 5th one, which is meditation. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, that's the first thing you need to do is meditate. Nah, not quite. Because if you're not getting yourself into a higher level, getting yourself into a higher state of mind, a higher frequency, your meditation is not going to be as successful. That's the key. So once you learn to forgive yourself, let that go. Once you learn to forgive others and let that go. Once you revamp your schedule and now you have time to meditate, right? And now you got these positive thoughts going through your head all day. Now when you get down to meditate, poof, bam, there it is. Now you can have you a great positive level of meditation to really increase yourself and to get to know yourself. Because the bottom line of being peaceful is to getting to know yourself. It's not about what other people got to say about you, what other people want you to do. It's about you getting to know yourself. The answers are from within yourself, you know. So a lot of times you do so much running around and you're looking for answers. Sit down, meditate, you know. And it's a lot of different meditation techniques out here. You can look a lot of them up and just get into the practice of it. It only takes 10-15 minutes a day, twice a day, just to get into peace with yourself. And you'll be surprised that those last things you used to argue about, right, go away. You know, you'd be like, man, I used to argue about that stuff. No, you don't even argue about that type of stuff anymore. Whatever little inconveniences that, you know, you will encounter. Now you're able to laugh about life in a whole different type of way, because once you're at peace, you start looking at things totally different, right? So that's the goal here, is to increase your vibration, increase your level of peace, get out of those lower vibrations, right? Get out of that anger, get out of that guilt, get out of that jealousy or whatever other emotions that you're feeling. And these are the ways to get out of it, right? Forgive yourself. Forgive others, revamp your schedule, get you a nice mantra to say to yourself every single day, and meditate, right? At the end of the day, it's up to you. You know, a lot of people been asking me, how did you get so peaceful? This is how I got so peaceful. This is just a quick rundown of 5 things. Now, of course, there's a lot of other ways to increase your inner peace, but for me, these is the 5 that work for me. And I'm not saying that you can go and do this right now and then tomorrow you're going to just have this super supreme level of peace. It's something you got to work at, right? You know, it's levels to it. You know, you got to walk your way through it step by step every single day until you get to that point. And you're going to know when you get there. You're going to know when it's working. And when you see that it's working, that's when you know to keep doing it. Don't stop doing it. Keep doing it. Keep forgiving yourself. Keep letting it go. Something happened tomorrow, be prepared to let that go. You know, that's the whole point. We all humans out here, so ain't nobody necessarily better than the other when it comes to the decisions that we make in life, right? So let it go. Forgive others. If you got to get counseling to forgive yourself, if you got to get counseling to forgive others, do it. Get you somebody to talk to. Release all of that. I think you better let it go. Y'all know I can't sing like I say, but you know, that's the point. Let it go. Teddy Pendergrass style. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Get your schedule together. Get you a mantra and meditate, meditate, meditate. Get on that higher level, because that's what we're doing. We raising vibrations and we keeping it positive, and we're going to keep this going. And this is a lifestyle. It's a peaceful lifestyle you're looking for, you know? So raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up. I am Fontaine the Titan, and we out. Peace.